how's it going? Matthew Bailey Media here, and welcome to another 2025 movie review. Now, this time it is going to be on the next Disney Pixar installment, and that is, of course, Elio. Now, I gotta be honest, I was a little nervous about how well this movie was gonna do for me, because if you look at the last few original Disney Pixar movies that have been coming out, for original, that is, a key word there. Because we saw last year when Inside Out 2 came out, it was a smash hit for a lot of people and made a lot of money at the box office and everything. But when you look at other movies like Elemental from 2023, that didn't really perform very well. It barely broke. I think it did lose a little bit of money for Pixar, but not much. And of course, we had Lightyear in 2022, and that was a big flop. Even though that wasn't really an original per se, but you did have other releases that were like on Disney Plus and stuff. Like you had Turning Red, you had Luca, you had Soul, and I believe Onward was the first original to come out since the pandemic year. And so let's see, we had Onward, Luca, Turning Red, Elemental, and now Elio. Like, those are the 5 Disney Pixar movies that have come out. And to be fair, they did say that after they released they released 5 Disney Plus originals, or Disney Pixar originals, they would go back to doing like sequels to some of their most classic iconic movies from both Pixar and Disney Animation. So, like, for example, next year we're getting Toy Story 5 from Pixar, so we'll see how that plays out. And we're supposed to be getting Incredibles 3 at some point as well, but more on that later. But again, going back to Elio, I will say I think out of the 5 Disney Plus original movies, or not Disney Plus, the 5 Disney Pixar original movies that have come out since 2020, if I had to choose my favorite one, or where I would place this in the rankings of my favorite ones, this one would probably be at number 3, I believe, for me. Like, my least favorite one out of all the originals would probably be Elemental, and that's just me. And then my favorite one out of the bunch would probably be Soul. Then you have Luca, Onward, Turning Red, anyways, I'm going off topic here, but like I said, Elio basically tells the story of a little boy who lost his parents, and he's living with his aunt, and he thinks he doesn't fit in or belong with his peers, and so he learns about possible aliens out there that he would maybe want to get abducted by, and he meets the aliens. He becomes friends with one who is the child of a hostile nation, or hostile planet, I should say. But over time they learn to trust each other and actually be friends. And the messaging in this movie, I will say, is definitely better than what happened in Elemental. I mean, and again, the character Elio was not that bad of a character. I will say, this is definitely what I feel like what Pixar should have done when it comes to their original stories. Because again, the movies like Soul, Luca, Turning Red, and Onward, those are the 4 movies that came out. So I take that back. There were 6 movies, Disney Plus originals that have come out since then. But when you look at all those 6 movies, 4 of them I thought were great. And then, unfortunately, though, out of those 4, only Onward, and I think Onward was like the only movie besides Onward was like the only one out of those 4 that got released in theaters, but just for a couple weeks before the pandemic shut down movie theaters, which kind of sucked. I feel like it would have done a really good job at the theaters had the pandemic never happened. And then, like I said, we had Soul, Luca, and Turning Red all get released on Disney Plus. Then we saw Elemental come out. That did pretty okay. And Elio, I will say, I do prefer this movie over Elemental. And again, great. It feels like Pixar is slowly getting back on track when it comes to their originals, but we'll see how things turn out in the near future if they ever decide to go back to the originals. But for now, let me give you my rating of Elio. So, for my rating of Elio, like I said, great Pixar flick, definitely liked it more than Elemental. I would probably give this movie a 4 out of 5. Yep. I didn't think I was going to be giving it more than a 4, up to a 4 or more, but I guess I did. So, anyways, that's all for now on this movie review, and as always, I will see all of you guys in the next video.